So yes, we will start in a matter of moments. Yes, that's it. So let's start with the first question. First question is for both of you guys, and it's asked by Isaac in Trieste. And question reads, what is the main contribution you could bring to Isaac in Italy from what you have learned in your current entity? So the first one to answer is Alessio. Alessio, you have 30 seconds to think, and time starts now. Alessio, you can start your answer.
Okay, great. Hi, everyone. So, taking in consideration my current and past ISEC experience, my main contribution will be how we can ensure growth of our entity by being sustainable and ensuring the sustainable resource of our management. Coming from an entity that has a similar context, my contribution will be based mainly in the key factors that contribute to sustainable development of our organization. That will be financial and talent capacity, resource management, growth disruptively of our products, and then external relevance. Briefly going through each one of them. For the first one, how we can increase the talent capacity by implementing business intelligence strategies in the attraction process, customization of our service for our implementation channels, working hand by hand with the entities, and developing a more strong strategic finance visions. For growing disruptively, how we can build sales capacity for all of the products, supported by specialized practical education, how we can implement a data-driven management strategy for network engagement.
Thank you very much. Sofia, your minute starts now.
Okay, my main contribution to ISEC in Italy, it's my experience in digital marketing. I was NST in digital experience for youth here in Colombia. And I think the strategy and how we manage the things in digital marketing could help a lot in ISEC in Italy to grow, not just in marketing physical activities, but just online activities that have a better reach. And my current role is I'm a coach for internal communications in ISEC in Colombia for some LCs, and I'm in charge of tracking all the endo marketing strategy in the LCs. And I think also I can really support in terms of graphic line to ISEC in Italy and all the education that we need to make these online strategies grow the products.
Thank you very much. Okay, next question is for Alessio, and the question is from Isaac in Trento. And question said, in your application, you mentioned the customer loyalty plan. Could you explain what you mean and how would you implement it in 3 concrete steps? So your 30 seconds to think start now. You can start your answer.
Okay, when I talk about customer loyalty plan, basically it's a strategy based in both the implementation of e-commerce strategies with our current or new partners and and physical or virtual touch points to ensure follow-up and the implementation of the partnership itself, which is one of them. So briefly summarizing 3 points, I will say first planning, and it's defining all the touch points and the kind of strategies, messages, implementation channels, engagement that we want to have with the partners. Second, implementation, that is building the routine step by step. And 3, feedback, because it's very important to receive feedback from our partners about how we are managing the product, delivering projects, and after that, we can implement brand advocacy strategies with showcasing and GCPs from the partners and endorsements to be published in the external and national, both and local market. And basically, that's what the customer loyalty plans goes through, or the main objective of this specific strategy for ER.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sofia, next question is for you. It's from Isaac in Milano. And the question is, in your opinion, what is the role of marketing in achieving complete experiences? Your 30 seconds to think start now.
Okay. Well, the main role in marketing to build this complete experience, it's to really become an organization that it's really customer oriented, and to really create brand advocacies. And so for achieve this is all about the lead nurturing, because it's really important to have a better customer relationship with our customers. And this is one of the online activities that really helps the most. And also the content strategies, how we are educating our customers, how we are make them the awareness of our products, how we are communicating the value proposition, and then how we are living these experiences and really becoming brand advocates.
Thank you very much. So the next question is for Alessio, and it is from Isaac in Milano. And it says, what should be the national steering team role that you described in your application, and how is it different from the one that we are currently having inside Isaac in Italy? So I'm just copying the question, and I am starting your 30 seconds for thinking. You can start.
Okay, it will differ mainly in how can we increase the value proposition and engagement towards the LCPs that will be part of the national steering team. And we can do this by the other proposition that I have in the application that is strongly connected, an LCP development plan, and how we can evolve that plan by implementing an external and internal education based on building up team management capacity, surfing higher skills, as well as receiving ongoing feedback from our all LCPs to see how can we change it, and cultural engagement through the co-creation of the entity vision, values, and behaviors, supported by an onboarding process of the LCPs during pre-meeting of conference or local touch points or national physical touch points, where they can have a more strategic input co-creation role for the national office.
Okay, thank you very much. Next question is for Sofia. It is from Isaac in Trento. And the question reads, how would you act in order to reach a brand advocates plenary? Basically, they mean the target audience of brand advocates, I guess. And your 30 seconds to think start. Ian, you can start your answer.
Okay, well, I think the main thing is to make an awareness in the plenary of how we can be advocates of our own brand, because maybe because of lack of knowledge of how we as ISSers have this power over the brand and how we behave, just not just in real life but in our online and social networks, and really have how we can communicate the brand. So it's really important the brand advocacy in our plenary, and it's just about awareness and maybe just to know the really importance of these things, and also how we are living the experiences in our else's in terms of team experiences too.
Thank you very much. Next question is for both candidates from Roma Sapienza. Sofia, you will answer first. So you have 30 seconds to think, then 1 minute to answer, and then Alessio will have 1 minute to answer. The question is there a position inside the answer that you would not like to cover? And if so, why? So your 30 seconds, Sofia, start now.
I think the position inside NC, I think finance, because I really don't have knowledge about it. So I think I can learn, but I'm not the right profile for that. Also, so my abilities, I think my skills, I have more talents for one thing. So I think it's not proper for the role.
Thank you very much, Alessio.
So, hey, I would say finance as well, because although I've had the opportunity to develop a more general finance vision by being MC and working at the national office, I don't have like a specific professional background for that position, and I think my profile in terms of functional knowledge will not be aligned. Of course, I will be open to learn, but I think for specific roles, the entity needs to have in consideration the backgrounds. So saying that, I will not think that I could cover finance.
Okay, thank you very much. Next question is from the MC, and it's for Sofia. So question is, what is the role of digital marketing in improving conversion rates? 30 seconds to think. Start now. And you can start your answer.
Okay, I think digital marketing have a really important role in the terms of attraction, but also it's in the terms of attraction is how we are positioning our brand and all the things that we do in brand awareness and all the content that we have to our customers, and through content how we are building a community with common interests that can have better profiles for our opportunities. So we are building this community, and this really will help to have more applicants and just go through the digital marketing funnel, and also to build more brand advocates with all the content strategy that we have, and how our EPs also are sharing their stories with us and just feeling part of ISF through all the experience that they live in, just not in general.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
So the next question is again from MC, and it's for Alessio. So the question is, propose an operational goal for each area for next term, and describe the methodology that you use to define that goal. Or if you cannot propose the goal, then just define the methodology. Cool? 30 seconds to think. Start now. And you can start your answer.
Okay, so I won't propose a specific goal for each product, but I will say my strategies. So I will say first, boost attraction toward all of our products by aligning our digital marketing strategies to the trend shaping social platforms and IR marketing digital investment, building sales capacity within our products by implementing personal buyer profiles and specialized education, practical, and support all of this with increasing network implementation and engagement by executing a data-driven management strategy. And finally, ensuring the standards delivery for both our external customers and internals in terms of members, and in order to drive complete experience. And we can support all of this by building a very work routine based on implementation channels, checklists, touchpoint physical, on national, conference, and local level. So it is really connected with the network management and engagement topic. But I would say I would define the strategy for the pros on those three aspects.
Okay, thank you very much. Next one is for Sofia, and it's from ISEC in Milano, if I'm not mistaken. And the question is, no, not, it's from ISEC in Milano. Question goes, how would you differently exploit different digital channels to ensure wider reach of ours? So I have pasted the question, and you have 30 seconds to think. Start. Okay, so you can start your answer.
Okay, I think in terms of Facebook, we can also have the opportunity to have a chatbot in Facebook that can help us to increase our content distribution, just to make a more engagement too. And also, I think it's important to have the difference in the engagement content and the promotional content, just to have a balance in that, to have more reach. And also, I think the alignment of all the channels with the messages that we are delivering to our customers. So we have to really be aligning what messages we have to work. I think also we have to work in the national website and have all the blog there, because this is a really good way to have better conversion rates and have a really good digital experience for our customers. So I think this is what I would do. And also explore a lot Instagram, because it's just starting, so we can have more engagement in this channel.
Okay, thank you very much. Next question is for Alessio from ICT Trento. And the question reads, what do you think is missing right now in the LCP Commission of ICT? There's 30 seconds to think, start now. You can start your answer.
Okay, so I will say the main thing missing is precisely LCP engagement towards the national projects and strategy, and using them as a reinforcement to downscale or the national strategies quickly. How can we evolve that? By implementing the proposal that I mentioned on my application, national steering team with a better value proposition based on LCP development plan, ongoing feedback, and icon communication strategies, but also how we can customize our implementation channels by implementing business intelligence framework based on external and internal data analysis through market studies for product management, membership profile, and local culture, and how we can support this with the current organization and culture report implementing and using tools as the membership survey.
Cool, thank you very much. We have two more questions, and they're both for both candidates. So the first question is from Escanal Spienza. Alessia is going to be the first one to answer, and then Sofia. The question is, how did you prepare for this process? So Alessia, you have 30 seconds to think, and then 1 minute to answer. Okay, Alessio, you can start.
Okay, so how I prepare, I started, of course, with the current state of the entity, how I could understand better the current state of ISEC in Italy. So studying a lot of documents, education, reports from each area, then how I could create my proposal based on the main bottlenecks and points of improvement that I could tackle, and how I could bring a contribution of for the entity. And then, of course, I reach out to the current national office to understand better the realities, the perspective of the network itself. And of course, I reach out to the LCPs, asking them for their perspective on specific points or general vision for the entity in order to have their insights also included on the proposals that I was building up for the entity. So basically, that's how I prepare. And of course, talking to
you can finish the sentence, sorry. You still have 5 seconds.
And of course, talking also with the MCP elect and the vision that he wanted for the next generation.
Okay, thanks very much. Sorry for interrupting. I thought
okay.
you finished. Okay, Sofia, your minute starts now.
Okay, I prepared just having one-to-ones with the NSTs to understand all the content strategy and also how B2C works in ISEC in Italy, and how we can work together for the digital marketing and B2C to make the products grow. And also I was with the MCBP, just asking how are the things going and what works, what doesn't work, something like that. And I have some one-to-ones with MCBPs from other entities like Colombia, in Belgium and Romania, just to have another perspective of how they are running digital marketing there.
Okay, thank you very much. The very, very last question, it is from the MC, and it is a question which reads, how use one image or term or metaphor to describe ISEC in Italy right now. And you have 30 seconds to think and 1 minute to answer, and Sofia is going to be the first one. You can start your answer.
Okay, I think so. My description will be that we are okay, but we can do it better and we'll be better. So I think in this moment, ISEC in Italy, in the part of digital marketing can improve a lot, not just a national level, but I think at local level we can improve and have this education about how to be more viral by doing things digitally too. And I think it's the lack of education that it's making people behind of the current trends that we are facing. So that would be my description.
Thank you very much. Alessio.
I will say ISEC in Italy as a network that it's been growing because the purpose engagement of the members has been increasing. But how can we ensure that that growth will remain throughout the generations and in a sustainable way? And how can we improve the network management, the services that we provide, engagement with the members, in order for them to keep being the best version of themselves so far, and keep contributing to the impact that the entity can and will continue bringing to the country.
Okay, thank you very much. So guys, that being said, this is it. These were all the questions that we had for you. Thank you very much for participation. And as I told you, now right after this space, the confidence vote ballots will be forwarded to the LCPs, and by tomorrow you will have the information of whether you obtain the confidence of the plenary or not. Anyway, expect a very short, very soon communication from my side regarding certain small actions that I will need you to do in order to help me move on the process. That's being said, that's it. I don't know if you have any questions for me. But anyway, I will stop broadcasting.